Hello and welcome along people to another one of my little videos. Some time ago I noticed a stone chip or some sort of chip in the top part of my fuel tank, and I decided to put some paint protection film on the fuel tank. I bought the kit from Nippy Norman's. I applied it here in the garage myself and I'm not very happy with it. There's lots and lots of air bubbles. The tank bag that goes on the top of my fuel tank, actually taking it on and off and generally moving around on top of the fuel tank, has actually scuffed the paint protector. So the paint is protected, but it looks really unsightly. Anyway, I've decided to bite the bullet and get it done professionally at XPEL Biggleswade. So if that is something that interests you, please join me after the intro when we will be getting my motorcycle looking beautiful again. Good morning and welcome to an extremely cold Biggleswade XPEL. I'm here to have the paint protection film put on my bike. The guys have been out, had a quick look at the bike, and they've gone back in. So I'm just waiting for them to open the big door and let me in. And they very, very kindly brought some coffee out to me because I looked cold. Anyway, let's go inside, meet the guys and see what we're going to do. Okay, so the bike has been in and it's been wheeled back outside because it is disgustingly filthy. So Martin is going to give it a clean before they can put the paint protection film onto my bike. Have at the moment a headlight protector, but we're going to put the protective film on my headlight and remove the headlight protector because riding in mainland Europe with a headlight protector like that one is actually illegal. So I'm going to take it off and run with the XPEL film on instead. Now, I've seen you put that on there, but it doesn't look like there's anything on there.
Yeah.
That's fantastic, isn't it? Right, I am with Bob Jackson, Managing Director of XPEL Biggleswade.
Yes, XPEL Limited.
What? Correct.
We are XPEL UK. We are the arm. We are XPEL. We're not a dealer for XPEL.
Right. So, are you a Managing Director of UK?
Yes.
Okay. Well, thanks ever so much for your time. I have said it already, but it's worth saying it again because I really do appreciate your time.
Appreciate it.
I'm having a wonderful day.
Good.
It's been a wonderful experience so far.
We try. Yeah, everything we do, we try.
It's all of your team, I have to say, are a very happy, positive sort of bunch. So it's just a nice experience.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
So, how long has XPEL been a company, and also why the name XPEL?
XPEL started around 1998.
Right.
In San Antonio, Texas, by a partnership of Tim Hart and Reggie Brunner. And very quickly they realized that there was a market for patterns and film, and started to design simple patterns, small parts for bumpers, 12-inch hoods, because that's the only film that we could get at the time. And quickly it started to grow.
Yeah.
Why XPEL? That's a question I've been asked many times. XPEL expels from the surface, and that's, I believe, the reason for the name XPEL.
Yeah.
I may get one of the US management correcting me.
Yeah.
However, it sounds good.
Okay. I would call it paint protection film. What would you call it?
Either paint protection film, or the common name is PPF.
Right.
And that's what the generic term really is. People refer to looking for PPF for the car.
Right. So it's predominantly protecting the paint. That was a tongue twister.
Correct. It acts as a barrier between the paint and the object that may be hitting it.
Do you sell any other products other than paint protection film?
Our primary film is paint protection film.
Right.
We do two main rolls. One is XPEL Ultimate,
yeah.
and that is the clear gloss material.
Yeah.
And then we do the XPEL Stealth, and that is the film that you have on the sides of your tank. So one is glossy and shines,
yeah.
and one is a satin finish.
Yeah.
And that's the difference of them. One you just see the gloss shine through, and the other one it looks like a matte effect on it.
Now I know predominantly your cars, but a lot of people, including myself, wouldn't have known that you did motorcycles. So is there anything else that you do other than cars?
Yes, we do a lot of coverage for cell phones.
Oh wow.
We do a lot of coverage, and this is mainly in the US markets.
Right.
Predominantly our market in the UK is a little bit behind the US market in the coverage areas,
right.
But we do white goods in America. So fridges, microwaves, countertops. Something that is a good market and growing over in the UK is boats. We do panels, for instance, when you have a cruise ship,
yeah.
and they may have 400 cabins on the boat, a lot of the surfaces are marble, right. And people come back, because they're all inclusive deals, right?
Yeah.
And people come back to their room and they will slam a glass down and chip the marble. So we can go in and we put the clear film over the top of the marble surface. They can throw their glass down if they like. All that will happen is the glass will break, but the marble will be untouched.
Wow.
It works. So I have a team here in Biggleswade of designers. They go out to either manufacturers, car dealerships, or importers, and grab the designs. Some of our dealer network also allow us to go on site and make the patterns. So the guys physically go and design from a car,
right.
Import the data into their software.
Yeah.
We have our own bespoke software, and then they will cut the pattern that they've designed, and try the kit on the car. They install it themselves. And if there's any modifications, they're on site next to the vehicle. They can make those modifications, and when the pattern is 100%, then they'll upload it to the DAP, which is our design access program, which enables us internally and our dealer network across the UK or globally to cut from the DAP. We are very transparent with everything we do, but we do keep our trade secrets on the design of the patterns to ourselves. And look, over the years we've tried lots of different formats, lots of different design ideas, but the best way and the most accurate way still is to make a kit on a car specific. So if it's a Porsche 911, you make a pattern for a 911. But all other 911 body styles, if it's an S, a GTS, a GT3, they'll all have different bumpers, they'll all have different inlays for the kick plates, sometimes the mirrors are different. So we design a pattern for each car specific.
Right. Cool. And motorcycles, of course. How many motorcycles do you carry, or do you know off the top of your head?
Motorcycles, we're still way behind where we would like to be. But we try to cover for Ducati, BMW, Harley Davidson, and a few other brands.
Yeah.
The ideal would be to have it for all brands,
Yeah.
and that's the goal eventually, is to get to that area.
Right.
But predominantly the motor industry, the car side of it, is the busiest market. We don't have all the patterns for that market yet because the car models are changing all the time. We have more patterns than most people,
right.
but every day a new car and design is coming out. So the guys are in at the moment. You know, they have their diaries booked up for doing the installations, then they'll come back into the office, and then they'll go out on the next assignment to draw another car.
Right. So do you do a DIY kit for an idiot like myself?
We do and we don't. It's an interesting question. We are just about to start supplying DIY.
Right.
The reason for it is we design three-dimensional.
Yeah.
And then when you're cutting the kit, it's back to two-dimensional. And what I mean is, when it's 3D, you've got convex, concave shapes.
Yeah.
When the material is flat, that's 2D.
Yeah.
So when you look at it, it's 2D, and it looks very different to the panel that it's going on.
Yeah.
So you need to have some knowledge on installation to do it correctly. I think I remember you saying you tried fitting some film to vehicles or to your own
Yes,
bike.
I'm nodding. The camera can't see me nodding. Yes, I did, and it looked like an aero. It was terrible.
Yeah, we are just getting into. We're prepping for it now to start supplying universal sizes to people who want to try to fit a pattern. You know, again, we get lots of requests. Somebody might have a telly screen, somebody might have a mirror that is 30, 40 years old, or the mother or father, grandfather gave them, and they want to put a protection on it. So we offer it for anything.
Yeah.
You know, screen coverage is a good one.
Yeah.
So any surface, as long as it's flat, non-porous, and normally painted or glossy,
yeah.
the film will stick to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, the main reasons and the benefits are, you'll see a lot of blooming when there's a cleaning product put on a screen, yeah. And depending on the light, you'll see shadows of where the blooming was, or where the product dried out.
Yeah.
When you apply the satin film to that, not only does it stop the glare from the sun, yeah. And you can actually see what you're looking at, it'll also get rid of any blooming as well.
Which
and it becomes a thing of the past.
Yeah, yeah. A fitter to fit the product in-house, clearly you do.
Yes, we have 3.
Yeah, 3 in-house.
Yes, in-house.
And do they go off-site? Will they go to a customer's address to fit a product?
Interesting question. We used to. In the early days we used to, but the problem we used to get was we couldn't control the environment we were working in. And when you're not able to control the environment you're working in, somebody opens a door, you'll get a piece of dust or something under the film. Yeah. Short of carrying 3, 4, 5 panels to replicate each part you're installing, because that's sometimes what it would take if you're in an uncontrolled environment.
Right.
So these days we like to have installation facilities. You've seen ours. We have full dust extraction, temperature controlled, yeah. Anti-static floors. We have everything we can do from what we've learned over the years, yeah. To be able to give us the best controlled environment to offer the best results on an installation. Here's what happens if we were trying to install outside in the environment.
Yeah.
At the moment we're running at about 3.5, or sorry, minus 3.5.
Yeah.
The material will feel thick, it won't comply, it won't conform to 3-dimensional shapes, let alone because of the moisture in the air, how cold it is, and everything feels damp, it won't then stick. So it's very important to have a controlled environment, yeah. To get the best results.
Yeah.
Sometimes, sorry to interject, sometimes when people say you should have a professional installation, it comes across as if, oh yeah, just saying it.
Yeah.
But then sometimes people will try to do it themselves, pay twice for the benefit of getting it done correctly. And this is one of those products that really does suit having a professional installation.
Yes, no, I couldn't agree more. Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. How easy is it to replace or remove if I did want to replace or remove it?
Very simple. All we would do is heat the product up, normally with a steamer, and lift an edge, steam the panel. So what that does is relaxes the adhesive, and then we pull it against itself low, so the adhesive is stretching against itself, and then it releases from the panel. If you wanted to just try taking it off cold and just rip it up, there's a high chance you could remove paint, you could leave adhesive behind. So there is a correct way and a wrong way for removing.
How durable is the product? It's got self-healing properties.
Yes. Yes, the top 5% of the product is what we call self-healing. And the self-healing process of it was purely designed over in the UK. Roads are narrow, country lanes. You may drive your car, four-wheel drive, even your motorcycle, close to the edge to avoid hitting the car that's oncoming. And you'll get the fine scratches on the sides. Those type of things it works for. Swirl marks from cleaning cars. If you put your car under a street lamp, you'll see all the swirl marks, the scratches, because the paint's all water-based these days.
Of course.
So those type of surfaces will self-heal. In fact, we have a demo hood downstairs. It may be good to take you down and do a demonstration, let you scratch it up with a wire brush.
Absolutely.
And we heal it, and you know what they say, seeing is believing.
Yeah, okay. I'm up. Does the film just protect for stone chips, or does it do more? I.e., does it protect against ultraviolet light and such?
Yes is the answer. You know when you see a sign written van, that the sign writing's been removed and you can see the letters still there?
Yeah.
That's because the product is solid. It doesn't allow the UV light to transfer through.
Yeah.
The difference with the film, you'll get no shadowing from it because it's being protected.
Right.
So that's one good protection. The other reasons for having film on, it protects the surface against bird droppings.
Because there's acid.
Acid bird droppings, the sap from trees, all of those type of things, berries, all the different road debris, it'll all be protected once you've got film on the vehicles.
Right. Aftercare, can I still use my pressure washer, because I'm lazy, to pressure wash my bike?
Most people do. The only thing we say to people, and this comes under your care and instruction, is you've now got film on the surface. You just have to be careful of the edges. So what we suggest is working out to the edge rather than from the edge inwards, and that way your force, most power washers these days are upward of 1250 psi. So if you went this way from the edge inwards, you'll get a little blister of fluid, and we've seen those. We know what they look like, but if you work from the middle of the panel going out, you'll get no problems whatsoever.
Right. Can the product be clearly seen on the panel?
Well, let me ask you that question. No. Could you see it on your vehicle?
No, I couldn't.
You know, there is a correct and a wrong way to look. Historically, they've always said you should stand back about 3 foot away from your vehicle and look at it. But there isn't a correct and a wrong way, because people have their own idea. So the idea really is to look at your vehicle, and we try to wrap all edges out of sight so that you can't see them. And it's only the edges where a bumper joins up to a wing, or a door shut joins up to to another panel. Areas that we can't fold the material under, you may see a small edge, but you are going to have to be like a foot or less away. 99% of the panels, you can't see them unless you're this close. And listen, we've done this a long time, and what we've learnt from this is, even if somebody says, oh, I can see a small bit, guarantee within a few days they won't know it's there.
No. Can I still polish and clean and love my bike like normal?
Absolutely. Absolutely, of course you can. No problem at all. Most polishes these days are non-abrasive. you know, if you put an abrasive polish on your paint, you're going to mark your surface, and you'd mark the surface of the film. Exactly the same. All we're doing is putting a barrier between the paint and whatever you're using. And you can polish it as much as you like.
Polish it. And
people machine polish the surface of the paint. Sometimes if we're ceramic coating a car and it's a year too old and it's been sitting outside and you run your hand across the surface, there'll be a few little highs and lows. So then we'd machine polish. Sometimes we do that to get the best result, but paints are so good these days, very rare. We are so confident with our product. XPEL offer a 10-year warranty with all products, all of our paint protection films.
Well, do you know what, Bob? Thanks ever so much.
You're welcome.
Really, really good.
It's been good. Thank you.
Fab. So we'll go downstairs and do a little demo.
Absolutely. So this is our demo hood.
Oh wow. Okay.
So we have this where we take it to shows. We build it at the show. It's on magnets, so it's very strong, and it's covered with our film. So what we do is we do the demos, or we have somebody come up close to the panel and let them scratch the film. And we show them it's self-healing.
I'm going to go for here somewhere, and hopefully you should be able to see that there's lots and lots and lots of little abrasions in this area here.
It's pretty much the same as sandpaping the panel. Totally. And as you can see, it's a proper wire brush.
Yep.
However, if we apply heat again, you'll see the scratches disappear.
And that really is disappearing.
Magic.
Yeah, it is.
This is working for you.
Absolutely.
It's working for you, but you can't see what it's doing for you.
Yeah, brilliant.
You know, and people sometimes question, well, what is it doing? Well, your car's looking lovely. It's looking new every day, and it enables you to drive a new car, ride a new bike every day. The product is working, and it saves you having to.
Fantastic.
So our main prime products are: we manufacture paint protection film, we manufacture window tint film, but we also manufacture enhancement products. We do cleaning products, we do anti-static window cleaning products, we do Fusion Plus. That's our own version of ceramic coating. And the reason for this is quite simple. When you apply film to a vehicle surface and then apply a ceramic coating, the main reason for applying the ceramic coating is so that a car is easier to be washed. Dirt runs off of it, that type of thing. But what a lot of people don't understand is when you apply a ceramic coating to a film, it locks that film in, it creates a hard barrier. And the part that people don't understand really is film is always moving. When it's warm, it's expanding. When it's cold, it's contracting. So if you lock that surface in, something won't perform correctly. So you stand a chance of either cracking the ceramic coating or the film allowing a stone to go through because it can't cushion the impact. So we've created our own ceramic coating for that reason, that expands and contracts with the film, thus enabling the film to respond and function the way it is supposed to function.
Brilliant.
It works.
Yeah, totally. Before I go, a huge debt of gratitude to Bob Jackson and all his team, especially Ella and Martian, the technician who fitted all of the paint protection to my headlight, the TFT screen, the sat-nav, sides of the fuel tank, top of the fuel tank, and my panniers. I am completely protected. Thanks ever so much to XPEL UK Limited, and I'll see you in the next one. Until next time, bye-bye.